Today we're looking at a fingerstyle arrangement of three beautiful jazz standards, Crazy, Bewitched, and Misty. So let's jump right into our demo. If you're enjoying this arrangement, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to download the tabs, you can do so from my Patreon page. You'll find the link down below in the video description. Now we're moving into our tutorial, and I want to point out that this arrangement is for low G tuning. In this lesson, we'll walk through the first two lines to get you started, covering the fingering and the rhythm of the first 10 measures. The first thing I want to point out is that this arrangement is in 4/4 time. So every measure consists of 4 beats, or 4 quarter notes. We start at 76 beats per minute with Crazy, and then we have 2 tempo changes. The first tempo change is in measure 19, where we slow down to 63 beats per minute with Bewitched. And then the second tempo change is in measure 28, where we slow down even more to 60 beats per minute with Misty, and we stay at 60 beats per minute for the remainder of the arrangement. Now let's look at how to play our first 2 lines to get you started. Here's how we count the rhythm of measures 1 and 2 at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're starting measure 1 with our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. We're going to pick strings 1, 2, and 3 together. Then we'll pick the open 4th string, then back to strings 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to move our middle finger to the 1st fret of the 1st string and our index finger to the 1st fret of the 3rd string. Here we'll pick all 4 strings together to finish measure 1. In measure 2, we're forming a D minor chord. So we have our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and our middle and ring fingers on the 2nd fret of strings 3 and 4. Here we're going to pick the same strings that we picked in measure 1. So starting with strings 1, 2, and 3, then the 4th string, then strings 1, 2, and 3 again, and then we're going to keep our index finger in place, moving our middle and ring fingers to the 2nd fret of strings 3 and 1 to form our G7 chord. And here we'll pick all 4 strings to finish measure 2. In measure 3, we start our melody. So here's how we count the rhythm of measures 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We begin measure 3 with an arpeggio on all open strings. And here our melody note is on the 2nd string. So we'll play this arpeggio only through the 2nd string. Then we'll pick the open 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string. In measure 4, we're going to place our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and our index finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. Here we'll pick strings 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll place our pinky down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then we'll lift it up to play the open 2nd string, finishing measure 4. In measure 5, we'll go back to our D minor chord, and here we'll play an arpeggio through the 2nd string. Then we'll pick the open 1st string, and then we'll pick strings 4, 3, and 2. Here's how we count the rhythm of measures 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In measure 6, we're maintaining our D minor chord shape that we had in measure 5. Here we'll play an arpeggio through all 4 strings. Then we'll pick strings 4, 3, and 1. In measure 7, we'll keep our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then we'll place our pinky on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Then our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, followed by our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And we finish measure 7 with our ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And then in measure 8, we'll play the open 4th string, followed by the 4th fret with our pinky, and then we'll go to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string with our middle finger, and then we're going up to the 1st string. Here I'm using my ring finger on the 3rd fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret, and then the open 1st string to finish measure 8. Another option on the 1st string is to use your pinky and your ring finger, rather than your ring finger and middle finger. Now here's how we count the rhythm of measures 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. begin measure 9 with our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We'll pick strings 4, 3, and 2 together, and then we'll place our index and middle fingers on the 1st fret of strings 1 and 3. Here we'll pick all 4 strings. And then measure 10 is played the same way as measure 2. If you'd like to learn more of my fingerstyle arrangements and medleys, see this playlist here. Have fun practicing, and thanks for watching.